We ran out of oil and it was cold, one of the cold days.
I was in a shelter. My mother could no longer support me and my child.
I'm 86 years old and trying to survive with no heat in the house, it's very, very tough.
Oh, there's a tremendous amount of heartache and brokenness and degradation that comes about from what is real poverty. It's a different world than most of us live in. They face challenges we wouldn't even think about.
They lose their jobs in this economy and they're out on the street. And they lose all their photographs, all their little things that their mothers made, their father gave them, all gone on the street. I've seen it.
I have 3 children of my own, and I can't even imagine what it would be like to not be able to provide for them.
Most people, I think, believe that St. Vincent de Paul picks up old furniture.
We think of it as the clothing drive box.
They don't know why we pick it up, they don't know what we do with it when we get it, and they certainly don't know the scope of all the other things that we as St. Vincent de Paul do.
If somebody loses a job, they're having trouble paying the rent, we have resources.
If they come to us directly, usually very often to our food pantry, we take care of their immediate need right then and there.
People who don't have enough food to feed their kids, people who don't have, enough money to buy clothes for their kids.
Sometimes, we go to their house, they don't have nothing, they sleep on the floor.
They couldn't pay their car insurance, or they lost their car, they can't get it serviced because they don't have enough money.
We help a lot of people behind the scenes. Not only is it with clothing, not only furniture, but it's other aspects like paying their electric bill, paying their oil bill.
I had to sell the both pieces of property. All that went for hospitals, doctors, and medical bills. Well, first, if it's not the electricity, it's the water, and if it's not that, the plumbing, the pipes break, and the church called and said, "Can we help you?" I said, I ran out of oil. I said, "We're putting kerosene in," so that night we had oil. I'm 86, but people younger than me, you'd think they'd have less troubles, but they seem to have as many, if not more.
Well, you can have a job, but how many jobs would it take for you to pay rent? Here in Nassau County, rent is extremely expensive. It would have been really difficult, for a parent to survive. Maybe get 2 jobs. School wouldn't have even been an option for me. I wrote a letter, "Do you mind helping me still continue with my subsidy until I finish with my master's program?" And he granted it to me. I was so grateful, so very grateful.
The gentlemen that come here from all walks of life and all, I'd say, crisis situations, whether it be homelessness, drug, alcohol, or prison, they've always found this house to be a safe place. As a matter of fact, you keep hearing that, is that People come here and they say, it's peaceful. And not everybody has to be drinking or drugging, you see, to wind up homeless. They could be a paycheck away from homeless, doing everything they're supposed to do. We can't forget that. That's the battle. You know, we could say Bob deserved homelessness. I won't fight you on that because of the life I was leading. But there's people I've seen homeless, they didn't deserve it.
The home visit of the Vincentian is the core of what we do. Two of us go out to the home visit. That's unique, that we go to them. They don't have to come and stand in line, fill out forms, all the degradation. Some of them are just too proud for that.
Until I first started on home visits in a community where there are manicured lawns and PVC fences, until I went behind those closed doors, this is about 9 years ago, I did not know what suffering, what troubles people were having in my own neighborhood.
When you walk in the door, sometimes you're really taken aback because the person you see in a public setting isn't necessarily the person you see in their home.
What you talk about someone on the phone or what they fill out an application form may not be what they really need.
I know even for myself that I might have a tendency to, again, think that I know the right answer for somebody, but until I'm in their environment, I realize, wow, you know, my answer is really not going to work for them, at least not right now.
I recently made a home visit and walked in. There wasn't a piece of furniture in the living room, not a piece of furniture. The woman of the house had her son bring out 2 chairs, 2 straight back chairs, and the other Vincentian and I sat there in the middle of this empty living room on 2 chairs. By the time we left, we had committed we were going to get them furniture, we were going to get them bedding, we were going to get them dishes and pots and pans. We learned about who all was part of that family. We learned about a very severe illness that their child had. We learned so much about this family that we then could say, now I know them. Before, in a public setting, I met them, but now we knew them a little better. The slogan on the side of the St. Vincent de Paul truck says, "We help people." Doesn't say we help certain people. We help people. We help everyone who comes to us in need.
If you called our church and told them that you're an atheist, we would still go and help you. We help everyone.
We don't ask them their age, we don't ask them their gender, we don't ask them their race, we don't ask them their religion. We just ask, do you need help?
There are people on Long Island that, but for St. Vincent de Paul Society, would never receive any help.
Without the St. Vincent de Paul Society, I think there would be many, many more desperate people who wouldn't know how they're going to get from day to day.
You know, they wouldn't get the food that they need. They would be knocked out of their house. They would remain homeless. They wouldn't have beds for their children.
Without Vincent de Paul, I don't know how we would have made it.
It feels good that we're able to help as many people as we can.
I did it on my own, but I also had someone to help me. Most people don't have that. St. Vincent de Paul really was a blessing.
And the first thing for me, coming off the homeless streets at a time of my life, I felt safe. And that was something I didn't expect to feel again.